Of course, I liked it. Yeah. You stop really reading things that aren't for you, though. You have a bad habit of doing that. Yeah. But Masi wrote this poem. And we're supposed to share it with everyone, right? Yeah. Natsuki freezes. You apparently forgot that my poem is technically for everyone to read. Okay, well, I think Masi is done sharing this poem with everyone. It's not like anyone would run to read this anyway. In fact, I'm just gonna hold on to this. If you insist. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Like what? Never mind. Ah, Natsuki. I'll give you the poem, but that's not very fair to Yuri. He hasn't gotten to read it yet. So what? Well, I guess Masi is right, Natsuki. It's not fair for you to let everyone finish. It's not fair if you don't let everyone finish reading it. Fine. Natsuki returns my poem. It's not like she's gonna like it though. Anyway, read my poem now. And though I won't let you keep it. This is my only copy. Okay, everyone's now writing a lot more. Okay, here we go. Amy likes spiders. What? Who? No one likes spiders. Except people who like creepy things. You know why I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I hear her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders, and that's why I'm not friends with her. One time, I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if she doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone. Wow, that's... Alright. Jesus. Just because a person likes something that you don't like doesn't mean you can't be friends with them. That bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best thing I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you could explain a complicated issue with such simpler analogies, and it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like anyone who agreed on the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. You know people like that? Of course, it's about how everyone thinks by. That doesn't matter, it could be any about. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid of. You're afraid if people find out they made fun of you or think less of you. But that's just people stupid. Who cares if what someone's like as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to respect others for liking weird things. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, I just got it. Oh my god, I just got the message. Well, you're definitely right. At least I can relate to that. I'm sure a lot of people can too. You know, I'm glad you could appreciate this kind of writing. I mean, I know I was talking about that yesterday, but I've been enjoying sharing my writing with you, so consider yourself lucky, okay? Well, thanks for being honest. What's that supposed to be? I'm always honest. Jeez. Just look forward to tomorrow too, okay? Alright, I will. Monika's gone! No, what happened? I can't share it with Monika because Natsuki took it from— oh, boo. I'm gonna give her this voice because it's much easier to do with this voice. Is it my turn? Let's see how it compares to yesterday's. I see. It's a bit different. I respect you for trying different things, Masi. Were you inspired by Natsuki's poem? Or Sayuri's, perhaps? Well, I guess you could say that. I thought so. I'm happy for you. You don't need to find inspiration in my poems. I write them for myself, not for anyone else. I don't really need people to like them or anything. Yuri, sorry for being blunt, but you're overthinking this a little. Just because our styles are different doesn't mean I dislike your poems. In fact, if I tried to do something in your style, I probably would do just a terrible job. I see. I'm sorry. My stupid mind, it likes to do that sometimes. Anyway, you don't need to be afraid to be a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you could need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings. I do that every time I live stream. Just turn off my brain and write down the things you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your reader to see into your mind. It's a very intimate exercise, something I am very familiar with. That's certainly an interesting technique. Thanks for sharing. I have, well, an example of that if you'd like to read it. Of course. Is this the poem you wrote for today? Yuri nods and timidly hands her a poem. Here goes the cursive. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as a unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of my bread, of my subconscious, well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. He bred my hungry curiosity, the raccoon an urge. What? Hold on. Is she cutting herself? She better not be cutting herself or I'm gonna be really worried about her later on. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife, the very same light that glistens in my eyes of the raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited, or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken a falling to me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread and I feed myself again. Jeez. That made me feel uncomfortable. I really hope it's not what I think it is. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. What? Come on, man! That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Wow. I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sorts of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Huh, that's funny. Or maybe she's just like an animal whisperer and she talks to animals and she likes animals a lot. And maybe I'm just overthinking this all. Didn't Natsuki also write something about that? About someone being ridiculed for strange interest? Huh? She did? Yeah. She was talking about how it doesn't matter what you're into as long as you're not hurting anybody. She's right. I mean, does she really feel that way? Yeah. Sounds like you two have that in common. That's, well, interesting. To me, she seemed like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies. But I suppose that's my fault for judging, isn't it? Please don't say I said that. Don't worry. I have no reason to. Yet. Until I get extremely concerned for your well-being. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing it with me. I'm back. Hopefully I didn't miss much. But it's whatever. I'm gonna play it anyways. Welcome back. After all, I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness. I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a bit now. But I'm glad that you're a good listener. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone can come to me and sit in the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we have to do something for the festival? It's not like we could put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're gonna keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayuri has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all. But that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Oh, sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica? Yeah! We're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. I said event in the weirdest way possible. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayuri's putting it all in the posters in case anyone wants to get prepared ahead of time. Sayuri, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Boudica? You did already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, yeah, I did. You really think that was a bad idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm gonna be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with that, Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys! No, Sayuri. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple of days ago. It's a lot to ask of them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put up a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah! It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, having fun. That's the most profound thing she said so far. That's right. And it's those reasons that we'll all be in the club we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share it with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is to stand in front of a room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem. 2 minutes? And I know you can do it. 2 minutes is a long time. How big is this poem? 2 pages? Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayuri looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayuri and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess we'll just have to get it over with. Alright! Ooh. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around everyone else's expectant faces. Guess I really don't have a choice. Haha, that's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously gonna be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to participate reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monica! This is too sudden! Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to a specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way Up They Fly. Ahem. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayuri looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. Four of us applaud. Monica takes a deep breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica! Thank you. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayuri? I'll go next. Whoa! Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri! It's called After Image of a Crimson Sky. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts to read the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed in her books. Her quivering voice transforms into sharp syllables of fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns and a structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her, as if she's bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save this situation. I'm the first one to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we just didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Yuri hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Haha. Sorry, I giggled. Sayuri. It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting it to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best way that way. I see. Okay then. Sayuri begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayuri is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on a paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayuri's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayuri meant when she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayuri finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayuri. Even Mossy liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayuri. The atmosphere of the poem fits quite nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours that was where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. You might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading.
Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just kind of embarrassing to do in front of everyone.
And next time, I'm gonna make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know.
Okay.
Now who's next? Natsuki? Now maybe go before Bossy. It's not like I could compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Bossy lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it.
Natsuki.
It's fine, it's fine. I'm gonna blow your pants away with mine. Literally. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it. I think it's less about your abilities and more about the lack of confidence in your writing. That's assuming that it'll improve over time. So, yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah. A going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... Why are y'all looking at me like that? Because you're presenting... Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a deep breath. When she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken out loud. The words feel like they bounce up and down and give life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She hops back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Oh, well. Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite the poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of people will be way easier. I could put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing.
That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it'd be the other way around for me.
But that's just how it is, so. Well, I guess in this case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you'll all have you'll all have an idea of what's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you put all that effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the rest of the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day.
I can't wait.
I can do this. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayuri and Monica, but I'll have to do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club, and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best.
Ready to go, Sayuri?
Wait, right?
Yep, I'm just talking to myself right now.
Look at you two, always going up together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys, don't make it such a big deal out of it.
Yeah, but it must be just little dice though.
Well, how am I supposed to respond to that?
It's okay, Mossy, you don't have to say it.
Whatever, let's get going already. I walk home with Sayuri once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today Sayuri is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayuri?
Sorry, I was spacing out.
Ah, no wonder.
I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... I mean...
Sayuri fumbles with their words.
So let's just say that one day Natsuki has to walk home with you.
Huh?
What would you do?
What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me in a spot here. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I was going for Sayuri, but all my poem choices was with Natsuki. Oh, I'll go with Natsuki. Excuse me. Walking home with Natsuki, huh? Why does this thought of her make my heart pound? I mean, I think I would be afraid of what she'd do to me if I turned her down.
Isn't she so cute to be fun to be around?
Choices are being made, childhood friend. It's too late! I'm locked in. That has nothing to do with what I just said.
You admitted it!
Jeez. There's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen.
Well, maybe. But I just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know?
Need you? Yuri, I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now.
Sorry.
Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you.
If you say so.
The conversation trails off, and I'm feeling awkward. But it was kind of her fault for trapping me with such a weird question. I can't just lie to her. But if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what'll happen in that time? Ooh. Alright. We gotta do this again. Cheeks? Hell yeah. Guess we're going with Natsuki. And going with words that associate with her again. These are all just the same words. Oh, I just realized some of these words appear in the poems that they write. So that might be a thing. Loud? I don't think that's it. The sparkle? Nope. Playground is one. Alright, I guess we got that. Who the hell is Lust? Oh, alright. I just want to know. Oh, I'm nailing the Natsuki part. That's not it. Cry is Sayuri? Blanket? Nailing it. Yeah, I think I got it like 19 out of 20. Oh man, the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked in too. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club, now picking up the piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't all for you. I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival too. I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great. Weren't you complaining about it just yesterday, Natsuki? Well, yeah. I'm not talking about our part of the festival. I'm drinking soda, I'm burping. I'm sorry. But it's a